Sorry, I haven't blogged very much this week. I know that's a bit crap, but I did 2 Tuesday and Wednesday, so I hope that my project for Awesome and my video about spoilers will help the fact that I didn't blog yesterday. It's quite hard to blog regularly, actually. I forgot yesterday. I point blank forgot. I seem to be taking on quite a few boring topics of conversation at the moment, but it's quite hard to think of really artistic things to talk about when I'm at home, and there's not really much here other than fields and me, so it's pretty crazy being back at home. So poetry, great. I'll try my hardest to think of some fun new topics for my next videos. So poetry. I was watching some Project for Awesome videos a couple days ago, and one of them cropped up called Brave New Voices, which is a charity I already knew about. It's a poetry competition, like a slam poetry competition that they do in the US. And I thought it was really great just to slam poetry. I had no idea that it had anything to do with charity. But it's really great to see people trying to get out there with poetry and stuff. I write a bit of poetry, like on the side. I don't do it hugely. I'm not very good at it. But yeah, you should look up mine and Ben's poetry on the internet. So my name and then poetry. You probably won't find anything on account of the fact that I don't really do anything with my poetry. But Ben Ray has won quite a lot of poetry competitions, so he's probably out there somewhere, and you can read his poetry everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. Just, yeah, go do that. Yeah, so I didn't want to read you any poetry because I've done that before and that wasn't very fun, but I did want to recommend some poets to you. So, here are some poets you should read. Yep. Should I house it? No. Just, yeah. Tip top. And now I wanted to talk about why poetry is important, because it is important, and it's just as important as art and literature, but very underrated. Me and Ben often talk about how in bookshops near us there are not very good poetry sections. So if you are near Herefordshire, Monmouth, Gloucester, and you run a bookshop, sort your fucking poetry section out, come on! I love poetry, it's one of my favourite things other than literature and art, even though it's just as important. Now, poetry is good because it is essentially art and literature combined into a sort of writing metaphor. And I really like this because it takes away the difficulty of having to read and spend a lot of time on a book and simplifies it into one solid metaphor. And it's usually quite beautiful to read, out loud or in your head. And if you can't be bothered to read, which I stress you should be bothered, go online and look up Brave New Voices, because slam poetry is, my god, it's one of my favourite things. I just love it so much. It's just the best. So yeah, my next video should be on ceramics because I haven't blogged anything in a while. But for now, go and check out some slam poetry, Ben's poetry, my poetry, and all of the poets that I listed earlier. Well, it's on the internet now.